Hello, hello, welcome to Leap Taken. Here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And this is another Grimoire video. So I prepped, just so you know, I'm doing a page in my Grimoire here, and I wanted to speak to my practice of being a cottage witch. So what I did was I put these flowers in here to press the flowers down. And I did use a little glue so it would stay down. And then I had planned to use this over here, and I just laid it over top and pressed it down. Well, apparently, doing so, I glued this to the page. I did not mean to do that. And now you're gonna just watch me struggle as I talk through this. I may just have to print this out again or just completely forgo this. I like the imagery. I may figure it out. This is sometimes what life is like when you are doing things like this, when you're updating your Grimoire pages, you're crafting. Sometimes things don't quite work out, and hopefully you're okay with that. And, it's not too bad, it doesn't ruin everything for you as I rip this paper. I might have ruined this. Let's see. See, I don't want to waste it. It has this green dot, but I think I can still work with this, and I kind of want to, and it kind of demonstrates what cottage witchery really is for me. So let's talk about that. I want to share that. So cottage witchcraft. So to me, it's a lot of focusing on my home, the magic in my home. I've talked about this in the past, but if you didn't know, that's basically what it is. Essentially, the way I practice, or the way I believe, my home has its own spirit, its own energy, its own sort of essence, energy. Because I practice magic in my home, it can also help sustain my practice. It can also, I think I'll just leave these little bits in here. They came off. That's going to happen. But anyway, it sustains my practice. It is sort of a symbiotic type situation. Anyway, but my cottage witchcraft includes a blend of other things. I practice herbalism, kitchen magic, folk magic or folklore magic. A lot of it has to do with just practical magic, practicality of practicing magic. It makes it, and a lot of intuitive witchcraft as well, intuitive magic mixed in. But ideally, it is to what you feel about, let's say, your altar space or your sacred space. That is how I treat the entire house. Every corner of this house is technically a sacred space, including the perimeter of the property as well. So it's not just relegated to an altar space, the entire home. So I do things like a lot of protection work. I have various things around the house that are charged. I do crystal grids as well for overall protection. I like to use my Four Thieves vinegar. Sometimes off and on, I'll go outside and just kind of put that around the property as well, just to keep things away. It's a lot of protection magic and sort of restoring and recharging of existing spells and rituals and things like that. But essentially, my home or my cottage becomes my sacred space. And as I continue to live here, I want to create a space that has a sense of harmony. I want the environment to feel welcoming to those that are welcome. And I want to also have the home, the spirit of the home, aid me in my magic. So I also have fairies. I have other elementals that I interact with here as well. Things that are specific to beings that are specific to the land that I'm on. So there's that as well. So yeah, that's a little bit, I'm trying to tell you a whole lot in a small amount, but essentially that's cottage witchcraft as I practice it. So now that we got that out of the way, we pretty much got most of the page down. So I'm actually going to write here some information, kind of going over what I said. And because I realized I don't have anything in this particular Grimoire about cottage witchcraft. I have an entire book dedicated to that, but nothing here. And this is my grimoire, and I want to, or book of shadow. I use these words interchangeably. I know one is more of like a diary thing, one's more of a spell book. Book of spells, book of shadow, grimoire of spells, personal diary grimoire. I don't know. Do what you want. I'm not that big on those terms. Anyway, I'm going to write in some information, and I just kind of wanted to share just another page. This one will be pretty quick, but it's mostly writing information, so I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so I have everything written out here in my section about cottage witchery. So I just wrote down here, cottage witchery, key principles, connection with nature, hearth and home, practical magic, herbal knowledge, self-sufficiency and sustainability, intuition and divination. And then I have here hearth magic, which involves cleansing and purifying, protection work, setting intentions, kitchen witchery, hearth rituals, hearth deities, hearth divination. And then I just wanted to write some information. This side, I relied on, because I wanted to get some information. I saw in The House Witch, your complete guide to creating a magical space with rituals and spells. That's a book. I've never talked about that book on this channel. It has been out for a while. I may talk about this and do just a breakdown. I think I want to reread it again. I always kind of use it as reference. But anyway, I kind of paraphrase some things that stood out to me in the book, like the home. I just wanted to write it out here. The home is set apart as sacred space, separate from the outside world. Within the home, there are further zones of sacred space, the hearth being the zone I primarily focus on. Sacred things have a certain aura to them, and I am both drawn to them and understand innately that I may not need to interfere with them. This aura can originate from the item itself, or it may be instilled in it by my designation as sacred. The hearth symbolizes sacred space wherein you can be yourself, where you are secure, where you can be open. The hearth is where you can recharge and where you can access energy, wisdom, and power more easily than anywhere else outside the home. Hestia, the Greek goddess of the hearth. The Homeric hymn to Hestia, it's called To Hestia, says this. So I'm going to read this. I wanted to include this because I have I've been working on it, and I finally finished it, my Hestia altar. Hestia and the high dwellings of all, both deathless gods and men who walk on earth, you have gained an everlasting abode and highest honor. Glorious is your portion and your right, for without you mortals hold no banquet, where one does not duly pour sweet wine in offering to Hestia, both first and last. So I really like that. And it's just talking about giving offerings. So I've created a space where I can actually do that. I have used basically a candle. It's one of those kind of fake kind, and a lantern to represent the hearth fire burning as well. I have an actual candle there as well, but I want to have something that can always burn, so to speak. So I'm going to have that there also. But yeah, this is my entry in my Book of Shadows, where I think for the first time I've talked about cottage witchery at all in this particular book. I am really having fun filling this book up because I realized, we have stuff here about a Thor, and I have all this information. So this is kind of like everything goes here. It's not specific to one thing. Like, this is just like everything. And I love how this is coming along. I'm going to leave these broken pieces of leaves. I think it adds something to the page, but yeah, I'm going to end it here. Pretty just sort of straightforward. These flowers mean something to me because these were for my birthday. That's why I wanted to keep these in here. All right, so thanks so much for watching. Again, I am Mika. This is Leap Taken. Please go ahead and like the video if you've enjoyed this. Subscribe as well if you'd like to. If you haven't already, consider hitting the join button to join Leap Taken membership. There are some wonderful perks. And also consider going to my website, leaptaken.com. You can check out the services that I offer there. and thanks again for watching. Bye.